harms.
Huh?
Coming in with harms.
The snowdrift.
Yeah.
I've got that targeted, but it didn't go through last time, but I'll try again. 25k away. Right, so it's tracking rifle.
Right. Okay, so we'll try again and see what happens. So where are we up to and where are we going from, what we're doing?
Attacking soak sheet.
There's a whole event going on as well, isn't that? That's what you after Glaive.
Snowdrift is down. You know, let's go guns.
Let's have a look. Right, we'll try again anyway. Hopefully this is working and let's see what happens. So insurgency grid, golf, upgrading, need supplies. So it looks like it's going to be Foxtrot. Is anyone else going after the insurgency grid?
I did do a couple of bits over there, but I'm getting back to base now as I'm getting bumped by big 23s.
Right, okay. So let's go to Foxtrot. And we'll jump into the Shark again and see how we get on. Right. Assuming we can load up. I fixed the streamer bot as well while I was there. I hope. Right, I'm just going to get this thing started and pick up from where I was before. If anybody's on, hello and welcome back. Don't think there is.
Still got his other bucks, I think they're called for his 11. Command centers.
The book is the radar, isn't it?
That was Snowdrift.
Is that the one with the little square plate on it? See, I had an idea or something, can you believe? Right, let's see how this goes. Who have you killed this time? Oh, right, you haven't shot anyone else, that's all right. I don't think the SU-27's a fucker. I think it's... Is it Sikorsky or something? I had to get that one in. Hello, if you've joined the stream. I'm trying again. Right, let me press this button. Whoops, I should have done that ages ago. I forgot to do it. Let's see if it's picked it up. No, it hasn't. That's because I was coughing. So we'll stop that engine, do it again. So that's what happens basically when you don't hit that. If you're going to stop and cough, you'll find that you miss the opportunity to press the button. So I should be able to start that engine again, even though it hasn't finished yet, and it will pick up, and then I should be able to press the button. So just wait until it gets to the 20. There it goes. And I'm not having much luck here. You can see there's no exhaust gas temperature there, which means I'm going to have to wait potentially. Fuel flow is on. Yeah. And that's okay. So that's just me ending up coughing and not paying attention.
Kev said, "Are we sorted now?"
I think so, Kev. I've had to do a workaround. There's something really strange. And then when I go to look into it, it's, for instance, my mute was miking the mute. Right, so my mics were effectively switched off, but the monitor system that monitored it was still picking up the audio, and it will only stop the audio from that output, right, rather from the monitor. And it never used to work like that, although the documentation says it does. And whatever I was doing, and because I changed all the audio, I could see that I couldn't mute the channel. So as a temporary basis, I fed my input through there, called it a virtual device, plugged that into OBS. So OBS is still doing all the load balancing between the channels, but I'm utilising this wavelink. And then as it can use all the same plugins, what I'll do is convert it all over. So I won't use OBS at all, and then, you know, it's not going to be a problem. There'll be an easy way to do it. But what a ball's ache. And
I noticed that you weren't muting when you were coughing for the last couple of streams, to be honest.
Yeah, this is the problem. And I never noticed. But previously it muted, and I think it's an update to OBS rather than the wavelink. And if I move it all over to the wavelink, that will work. I should be able to output this and the stream mix direct to the Blackmagic devices, whereas at the moment the way the data gets there is by using the Blackmagic devices as a monitor from OBS. But it's a pain in the ass. But you should have said, because I didn't notice, because I see the things move up. I make sure that it was muted on the right. But to be honest, I mean, you know what I cough like. It's a real pain in the ass, especially when it's warm. Right, let's see if I can start this engine again. So we'll start.
Serves you right for having such a complicated setup.
It's not complicated, it's just too fancy. I just want it to be just right. You know me. In fact, all the videos completely bypassed OBS. Can you see I'm not getting a reading here? So I think I might have knackered this helicopter. So I better get into another one. Where was I? I don't even know what the name of it is. Foxtrot. So yeah, this helicopter seems to be somewhat knackered. So let's go and get something else and then change back, see if it gives me a fresh one. It's not really complicated. It works when it works. I had a slight issue with with my wave stuff, but I think I got a corrupt file. So I basically updated to the beta version, and I deleted the other one, and this all works. Apart from that one little bit. Right, sorry about that. Okay, try again. Is everything else okay? The other thing as well, you know the problem I was talking about where I started to get a slight frame drop and some stutter? I think that was the amount of stuff on here. All right, Stingy. Look forward to you getting in. The amount of data and movement, I think, was causing the problem because I was running, what is it, in the background, tack view. So it could be that was causing slowdowns for me once we started getting more people and once things started moving around a bit. So I think that's what it is, or what it was. I don't know again till I can find out. It's like before, I hadn't even noticed the streams, coughing on the stream, as I tend not to watch my own streams. Right, let's get this one going. It's a good job Liz is not going to work. Yeah, there's no direct hotkey for that monitor. Otherwise, I could have just chopped the monitor on that particular channel and it would have been fine. But no, it's not. There's just nothing, you know. If it means I've got to switch out of my screen to be able to mute it, which is a pain in the ass. So now I've got a button on the Stream Deck, so I can do it that way, and then mute this mic channel. Right, okay, that's a good start there this time. If you hear chickens in the background cock-a-doodle-ooing, even though I didn't think chickens did, I thought cockerels did, but they are fairly unisex. It's the other half playing Valheim in the background, doing a bit of chicken management. If anyone's got any questions, please ask. But yeah, what a nightmare. But then again, you know, you got to find out. And it all looked fine when I wasn't streaming. You know, all the right audio channels in the right places. But hopefully I'm going to cut myself off now while I'm talking, and it should just make me disappear. So as soon as I said disappear, I disappeared with a bit of luck, yeah? And that worked from my point of view, but I don't know, you'll have to tell me if that worked okay.
Darkstar 1-1.
At least I don't have to try and stuff a duster in my face to mute the coughing. Right, okay, first engine's up, and we'll start the second engine. So apologies for that, but I've got a bit more time on my hands today. It's also having a quick look at some of the mission settings as well after the update. Trying to work out little bits, but we're going to leave it as is for now. I thought you were going to have a fly this weekend, or is it next weekend, Kev?
Darkstar 1-1. New intel received.
Alright, did I shut my door? Yeah. Right, so just waiting for that to get up. Again, as before, I'll put the intercom on and the ecran audio. And then I'll do 2 pages up
Got next week off, so hopefully get my
Electric
gear
on
set up ready
battery.
for next weekend.
Doppler navigation system
Okay,
failure.
excellent.
No nav data.
Is it next weekend you're away, Luce? Okay, Luce is away next weekend. Right, so this is where we have to do the next bit of alignment. We can turn this on. Put the INU on. Again, on this mission it's auto aligning, so it's nothing we've got to do other than that. And then we can carry on setting the rest of this up. Also, I need to switch on the AC generators. And we should be good to go. So I'll just start everything up that I need to. I did go through it earlier on in the stream. However, if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. There's an insurgency going on, and I'm going to go over and help with that. Let's go over here, put on the L140 countermeasures. And what have I forgot? AC devices. There we go. No, that's on. That's on. What have I forgot? Why isn't that come on? Did I hit the wrong switch? Very possibly. I lifted the flap up but didn't hit the button by the looks of it. Yeah. Righty-ho. Let's check the radio. 124 radio check.
About 5.
Yeah, let me Charlie, thank you. Okay, right, so we don't need the APU, we can stop that. We can also switch the fuel flow off. And APU's gone, I hope. Right, put the radio over, get some weapons. Have you tried picking anybody up yet, Wiz, to see if it does work?
Sound still needs a bit of work. Clipping and cracking a bit on the top end, but acceptable for now.
Request refueling.
Let me turn this down.
Request rearming. Copy.
Right, is that better, Kev? Just turn the input down slightly. Not sure if it'll make a difference.
Refueling complete.
It depends, you know what people are like.
It's fine.
People basically moan, don't they? Oh, I want this, I want that, and it depends. Like Star Citizen, people wanted a light because it was dark in space. You know what I mean? Or they don't want to jump or go out into space to use quantum. Right, we've got one thing left. Same thing.
Complete.
Should have just said no. Do you know what I mean? The same way Star Citizen should. They listen to forums too much. Okay, right. We should have... Well, when you got like, say, theoretically 1 million people, and you've got a few hundred on a forum shouting.
Good. My ex used to just lie there looking at the ceiling.
Dear, mine doesn't do that. Mind you, according to the other half, I'm the one who moans, and she's agreeing with me there. And I don't moan. I just, you know, if you're going to do something, do it properly. Don't do a half-assed job. What's wrong with that? Right, where are we going? Over there. You can see there's an insurgency grid. Are you running this as a mission, Rick? Or are you just going over there? All right, okay. So it's 107. Right, where did I get to last time? Oh yeah, let's pop this on. Let's make sure brakes are on. We're talking about the trimmer en route. Yeah.
Infield 1.
Yeah, I'm coming over.
Did you see them stop the only flying de Havilland Comet last weekend?
I didn't. What did they do? Gob it on landing. No, I didn't hear about it, Kev. Right, how many miles did I say I'm going? 34. Right, once we get over these hills. So there's a whole load of stuff over there. You did?
Nosed over on landing. Snapped it in half behind the cockpit.
Ooh, that's not good. Let me switch this off so I can see a little bit more. Oh, at least they shot you down then.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
I bet you did. Well, and it wasn't
Bloody
up.
work.
Yeah, you got to fix it, have you, Kev? What did he shoot at you with? Hang on, what? What was he flying? No, what did Puck kill you with? He fired a 120 at you. Well, he probably just said, "Ah, that's Wiz." Yeah. It's a good assumption to have, isn't it? And it's like peril-sensitive glasses. Assume it's the enemy and, you know, nothing's happening with you. And you'll be fine. Right, okay, so as this helicopter goes forward, and I am going to have to turn that down, you'll see that the blades on the right hand side get closer and closer together. Right, so the faster you go, the more pitch you have on the blades, you will find that they will get closer together and they will actually collide. You have to be careful. So when a helicopter moves forward, or any direction actually, whatever direction it's going in, the blades will lift 90 degrees to the direction, depending on the direction of the rotor. So the top blades spin one direction, the bottom blades spin a different direction, therefore on the top the lift is on the left and on the bottom the lift is on the right, and you can see it pushes those blades together. So you have to be very aware that if that happens, right, you can't do any sudden movements. If they're really close, you have to be really, really careful. If you do any sudden movements, very specifically in this helicopter, your flight control surfaces are all in the blades. There's no tail rotor, so there's no anti-torque. The torque is countered by the counter-rotating blades, and the rudder, the roll, the pitch is all in there. So when the blades are really close together, and that reminds me, I've got to put the anti-ice on because I know the temperature's cold. When the blades are close together, any sudden movement in the wrong direction, because your flight control surfaces are the blades, it will push them even closer, and it will cause the blades to strike and break off. That's one of the reasons why you get seat ejection system, so that you can safely eject from the helicopter. That will always throw the blades out first of all. It explosively blows the blades out, and once it's done that, the hatch above the pilot there pops open and you're shot out basically. So you can survive while you're on the way down, unlike most helicopters. I'm going to stick the weapon system on now while we're going along. There's a little switch here called WSIS, and also I'm going to switch the master armor. So these are the targets that I'm trying to go for, mostly BRDMs, support vehicles, etc. And ideally I want to be about 7 clicks away. We'll change this by clicking that. Now we're on kilometers, and you can see there's a hill here, look, and these are down behind the hill, so maybe we come around the side a little bit to have a go at them. So whether it's this hill over there, I'm not quite sure yet. Don't think so. So let's have a look. So possibly round this side we want to be, and that will give us a view initially. Maybe of these. This is still a hill, but not as steep as the top of it. So if I aim somewhere over here. Alright, are you going to be able to rescue me and Pup later, do you think? I mean, I asked Lisa, but she just shut her nicks and legged it. She made more noise than the chickens. Oh, the boiled chicken. If you got in with them, they sort of plopped out, and when it looks like when they turned into big chickens, they just got out anyway. We still got fish in a pool, but unfortunately the pool's not big enough for them to swim or turn round in. And the fish I've got displayed on the wall keep telling me to put them back in the water. Stop winding them up. I'm getting an echo because she's only in the room behind me. So I'm going to try and go over to here and then come round.
Ice detected. Turn on rotor anti-ice.
So of course, I'm guessing when I'm muting this mic now, you still get the audio of the game, etc. The rotor anti-ice, I mean, it seems to be a long-term bug. You can see rotor anti-ice and windscreen ice is on. So I'm slowly getting over there. I didn't go from this one. Probably a good job. So we've got somebody else going over as well. Oh, Wiz is over as well now. Let's go a little bit lower. I don't want to suddenly appear. over the hill in front of them, but we'll see. Got pylons going left to right, as you can see, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like having this down, like when we've got things to go over, because you can't see it at all against this background. As soon as you're under the cloud, makes it really difficult. Anyway, hello, welcome back to the stream. If any of you were on earlier, I believe I've sort of sorted a workaround out, and hopefully a bit later on, once I've finished, I'll change it and do all the audio through a slightly different system. Did you say you've been shot down? All right. Squirrel? Let's turn them back up again now. It's not so bad when I'm in the cockpit. Anyone's got any questions about DCS or this? By the way, all the stuff's working on Stream Chat now, Kev. So all the shortcuts, links, everything else. Whereas it wasn't before. And it's still there. It's very quiet on in-game radio comms. Can hear you. I'm also coming into the same target. So is Glaive behind you. Go on, sing it. So lonely. Hey, Maka. Well, it started off quite interesting, then I realised that I'd got an audio issue, so I stopped the stream because I couldn't mute myself, and I've jiggled it around and fixed a couple of things, but other than that, okay. The mission's been updated, so you can see all sorts of weird information kicking out like this, and what the repair levels are, and so on. The only thing is, if you do a cargo run, don't use CTLD load, right? Use the proper load using the rearm menu, and you should be all right. Because apparently now that cargo isn't tracked if you use the CTLD. So you should be using the other one. Yeah, everyone was going. Macca's not in today. We missed you. I think you're one of a very short number of people who fly aircraft. And Yam's not here. Yam's not here either, is he? Oh, did he come in? I didn't see him. Has he been playing? Sham's gone for food. I think he might have had his massage today. That's what it might be. I know it was the 20-something, he said. You know, his experimental woman. Well, I'm not sure if he's had acupuncture. Yeah, I will be on a bit longer because I had to drop off and jiggle too many things. I had an audio issue during the week. I've replaced all the audio yesterday. It all looked fine, but then found I couldn't mute when I was coughing, but then I found out Kev said that that's happened the past couple of weeks, which I think was an OBS update. So I'll get OBS out the way later. If I can get the settings on here set up the same, it should be good. So yeah, feel free. Can you believe it, Macca went to a party? Said he felt really bad and finished early so he could come on. Yeah. I did originally, but unfortunately something happened. They got killed by something. I put them in a shed. Something attacked them through the outside of the shed. Well, we all had the same level as you when you were last on. But then we put ours in. And you were playing Star Citizen as broken as it is. It's not. No, cargo's supposed to have been fixed. Hull C's supposed to have been fixed. Oh, 4.9. Yeah, I know. Everything's broken for ages. Oh dear. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's a nice helicopter. Yeah. Is that the 4-player Siege of Orison? Ah, right, okay. Hey, Mike. I told him you left early to come and play. Are you sober as well, by the way? Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, it does have that effect when you start watching for a bit, doesn't it? Sort of, you want to just get back in. Right, I want to try and move around the side here. See what I can see. I hope I'm not too close. So we'll go down here. And then go along this valley bit, which is what I was talking about before, and see if we can see those things on the left hand side. I think we're close enough. I just need to get round here, lay down and then see what I can see. We're also moving a little bit quick there. Look at the blades, you'll see these are really close together now. Oh, they're not now. Cool, so just changed. These trees are getting a bit treey. I'm still running at 60. There's a nice little clearing just around here. So I'll slow down and try and utilise this clearing. So it's best if I stay this side. That will give me some cover from over there. It also gives me some space. Slow down and we'll get into the hover. Bit of the shakes, don't want a VRS, I've got to be careful, just applying a bit more collective. When you want to get into a hover, use the little line that appears when you're at 50 and gently nudge the helicopter in the opposite direction of the little line. The lower you get down speed wise, like you can see we're moving 3, 2, yeah? Just when you hit the auto hover, you'll see that it gets into an auto hover reasonably quick. Okay, what you're looking for is the speed to be 0 and the altitude to be stable. Okay. So the slower you can slow it down, it helps it get into that quite quick. You've also got to be aware that what it does is it takes the equivalent of a Russian GPS reading and then uses the trimmer system to hold it in position. I can make adjustments. Right now, I'm here. These may be a little bit lower down. There's a range there of 14k still. Jeez. Still got to move forward quite a bit so we can see this hill over here. 7k. Yeah, it's going to be around about there. So I might need to move over. Move forward a little bit so they are in range.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
And that's only about 6k that direction, which is 90 degrees. Okay, so this is no good as a hover point yet. Must remember to switch off the altitude hold here. And then we'll move forward around about 90 degrees, which is down this way. I need to get rid of this because it's masking the trees too much. I want to hit them. So they're around behind that hill, I suspect. So we should be able to keep quite low relatively. We go too fast. We don't want to go too high either. We probably won't have the range, or I don't think they'll have the range that we've got, but I'm not sure.
Ice detected. Turn on rotor anti-ice.
It's already on. So you can see where we want to be. That will give us just, well, it says not, but I'll have to get just a bit closer. So Wiz hasn't gone in and shut everything. Should be there more or less. I take it by the fact you're just flying in, there's not a lot left there to shoot at you. Something shooting at you? Tut tut. I was going to say, was it for the arrogance of the young, huh? So I'm just getting down into the hover again. And once it gets to 50, you see that line I was on about. I think I'm pointing in the right direction. They're going to be over there on those hills, I think. Or just in front, one of the two.
Lower gear. Lower gear.
Now, they're still firing at you. Oh right, I see. That's surprising because they normally shoot the gun off, don't they? Okay, so we've got a tree line, obviously we can see that. Hopefully they're not too far. Achievement unlocked. There's quite a few little calls and things, isn't there? Right, I'm going to put this on now so you guys can see better. And we'll lift, we'll put this on and we'll look through. And I assume I'm pointing in the right direction, so we'll start lifting up. Let me choose these by default. And we'll start to lift up. And as we lift up, we'll start to have a scan. Now, once you release this file, which is this camera system at the front, okay, it's got quite a wide range of view. It's on a gimbal, but the weapons need to be pointed with the camera. So the camera's now moved over here, right? However, right, despite this is over here, that's to its full extent, as you can see. It's gone about, what, 30, is it 35 degrees or something? It's over here. The weapons are still pointing forward, so you wouldn't be able to shoot with them. Now, if
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
If we look, right, we can see the symbology. When that box appears, it means the camera's off the hood. As soon as it comes back in range of the hood, you'll see the box will disappear. It says. In fact, it should have gone by now. What the hell's going on? That should have definitely have worked by now. I'm not sure what's going on unless it's too low, which it could be too low. If we bring the camera up.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
Or is it really that far over? Let's have a look. Nope. So why is the camera not even coming back? I'm still going up as well, aren't I? Let's see. Let's just reset that for now, pop it back out again and look down here because I've already drifted up too high. Right, let's have a look on the hill, only this time what I'm going to switch on is the auto turn. So that means that every time I let go of the camera, the helicopter will turn to match the direction the helicopter is looking. You can also see where I'm looking over here. No, the targets may be over there. And as always, we've got the sun, which is absolutely great, just what you want. Let me work out where they are exactly. I think they're over that tree line. They might be closer than I think. I think they're over here. But as you can see, not much. See the village. Oh, there we go. They're a lot closer than I thought. So if I switch my laser on, I'll be able to get a range. And as soon as I hit enter, that's about 9k. There we go. So that's 9k, which is a little bit outside the range for this. So here's a rangefinder for the rockets or the missiles, and you can see this is the minimum range and this is the maximum range. We got red smoke on the target, so we can't see the targets. Okay, so now we got that on. It's just sometimes it puts it on the target, the smoke gets in the way, if you know what I mean. But we cannot fire, sorry. We can't fire at this, okay? It won't let us fire because it's outside its range. However, if we change it to manual, it will let us fire, okay? Now, it might not reach, but we'll have to have a look. It's quite difficult to see. But what I'm going to do, or try and do, is tilt the helicopter up, okay? Fire high. Rifle. And then bring it back down again. And let's see what happens. Don't know whether it will reach there or not. We'll have a look.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received. Data on your map.
So I've tried to stretch that a little bit, but you can see it's falling just short. So I'm going to have to go forward a little bit more. Before I do that though, let's have a look around, see if there's anything else. One of the things I can do while we're there, to be honest, if it works, let's...
Warning, under attack.
Anyone rifling?
Under attack. Warning, under attack. Warning,
I
under
can
attack.
go up to here. Right, set this. No, I can't actually. It's not letting me use it. Is that just gone? Oh no, it's still there. This isn't working either. I don't know why. I should be able to go here and send them and pop it on here, but I think it's possibly because I'm out of range. Let's move forward. I need to move forward a little bit more so that I can just about reach this. And when I get even closer, if I was at say about 4.5k, I could use the main cannon to shoot these things. So now, as you can see, I'm exposed, but I can go down here a bit. I think someone's already shooting them now anyway. No, you carry on, don't worry. Rather than be shot than just waiting on me. If I just flew and didn't say anything, it would be fine, I'll be there, but it's not a problem. Well, let's have a look.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
God, I think we're within range now, aren't we? Just slow down.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
Warning. Under attack. Warning. Under attack.
Might be something
Warning.
over there.
Under attack. Warning. Under
Can't tell
attack.
if it's friendly or what attack in there, but I'm going to be cautious. Ah, yeah, it's probably friendly. They all gone now. Excellent. Okay. Well, we're not going to get to
Lower
that
gear.
bit then, are we?
Lower
Right.
gear.
So what I need to do now is just go back to the local base, which is over here somewhere. What's it called? Golf 23. Let's change this. So let's stop this from moving. Am I still in? Nope. And we're going to waypoint. Did I say 23? It should be called golf. Be 24 on here, I think. There we go. Now I'll get a course to where I've got to go, which will make life easier. Although you can't necessarily read it on here, I must admit. I think that's the line we're looking at. As you can see, this green line there, and it'll tell us it's 24k away. Let's go over.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
Infield 1, Splash Bandit at
Oh, we're
Bullseye 3,
heading
1-1 for
here.
150 at 25,000.
Also somewhere to capture. I'll try that, but whether I'll actually get there, I don't know.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
310 for 140 at 24,000. Infield 1, Splash Bandit at Bullseye 310 for 140 at
Anyway,
24,000.
for those of you, if you came back on after I was on earlier, I've got a temporary fix for the issue I'd got. And that seems
Darkstar
to
1-1, new intel received.
main thing is that I can mute the mic when I'm coughing.
Bandit at Bulls 309 for
And it doesn't carry on
140 at
broadcasting.
28,000.
But again, I'm using the trimmer here to fly the helicopter to the direction I want. I'm flying slightly out at the moment because I want to use the valley instead of flying over the tops of the hills and sort of adding a target for everybody. And pup, of course.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
off 3-5, just shows the trick. Hey, Roger, be advised, we got guys suppressing and moving to reinforce our OPs. We still have outgoing fire at this time. Stand by.
If anyone's got any questions on the Shark or DCS in general, or Star Citizen, please feel free to ask. If you want to join in, you're more than welcome as well. You can jump on the server, we'll give you the password. If you can come on to TeamSpeak, that'll be even better. And if you're quite young, TeamSpeak is something that we used to use years ago, and we still do. It's far better audio quality, and it doesn't try to be everything to everybody. And it's I have the server, so it's not like all the data's being captured and used for other things. And it will be interesting what they do in the UK as regards that situation, because I have a TeamSpeak server which is hosted. Who's responsible for making sure that people who come onto it are under over 18 or over 16? And why should people who are like 15 and 14 be stopped from joining in? So where's the liability lie? It's quite an interesting one. My tendency is to say fuck it, just ignore it. Make the parents responsible, because it's going really silly at the moment and they haven't really thought it through. But you'll find people will still keep buying kids smartphones, tablets and everything, and giving them free unfettered access. I've realised I've just brought this up again, haven't I? It is a bit of a tight. Oh, going a little bit quick. If we look at the blades now, you'll see straining the engines and the blades getting a little bit close. I'll just give it a little bit of nose up, back off on the collective a little. Let's zoom in here so I can see where we're going. You can see the green line better now at this scale.
Ice detected.
I
Turn
know.
on rotor anti-ice.
It's already on. Jeez, I wonder why she doesn't know it's already on. That's like slowing down now. At the far up there, looks like it. As I lift the nose up, I'm dropping the collective, so we're just shooting up. Trying to work out which way the wind is. Should be a windsock over there. Let's drop the gear. Alright, see you, Rick. Still can't see the windsock. It's here somewhere. Oh, I can see the wind now. It's coming. left to right. There's the windsock. All I'll get is some points for flying, you watch. Well done, you've flown. There we go. 90 credits for flying. Where are we attacking next? Okay, it's nothing at Sochi. Although we got some SAMs. SA-11s and things, that's fine. Okay, the next attack is down at, I think there's one at waypoint 28. Can we see another one anywhere? Okay. We'll go there then. I think that's closest, isn't it? Yeah, excellent. Is that, where did you get your other black metal from? Okay, that's all right. So what's this, 80 kilometers to get there? So we've got a Reaper over, as you can see. We've got SA-11s, SEALs, SUs, and I think there's well, obviously SA-13. You A-10ing it over, pup? Yeah, I was thinking that actually. Where are you flying from? Yeah, seems like a plan. You on 33? Let's jump in the A10 to C. And let's empty that. We're not going to spawn hot. Let's have a run over and see what we can do. Right, let's have a look at Sochi first of all. I can't remember if this is the one. I think it might be. Oh, that's not it. This is it. Oh, looking at our own. Yes, it is actually. That's quite good. What I'm looking at is all the hills. However, it's got this SAM thing protecting it. But there's a lot of hills and valleys, as you can see, leading into it, judging by the contours. So what that means is you can actually come in and hide your plane, and we only need about probably 7 miles. So watching that over there, we can get a fire somewhere over here. These are quite high. I'm just looking, we could possibly come down the coast this way and use these hills, but we've got this SAM station. Oh well, let's have a look. That's how we get on, eh? Okay, so I'll go through it, but I'll try not to bore you to tears. I'll keep an eye
Darkstar
on
1-1,
the
new intel
number of
received.
viewers on Twitch and see. I don't know how many views there are on YouTube, if any at all. It's not too difficult to start up. It always seems quite difficult, but it's not. And once you get used to doing it, it's quite easy, to be honest. Just like everything else, have a simple system to work to. So we're going to start off at the right knee. Down here, we're going to switch on the battery power. We're going to put on the inverter. Okay. Once we've done that, I'm just sitting here thinking, what have I got to do next? We're going to move over and slide over to the APU start, which is here. And we'll see the APU start spool up. Once this is at 100%, you'll see the APU exhaust gas temperature drop as well. Then we can switch on the APU generator. So the APU generator is going to provide electrical power so we can start everything up and allow us to start the engine. Now we're going to shut the canopy. And then we're going to move down to the back, let everybody know that we are starting up by putting the lights onto position flash. When you look outside, you'll see that the lights aren't flashing yet, and that means you've got to switch a little pinky switch if you've got the Warthog throttle. If not, it's left control and P. Okay. Once we've done that, we're going to move up the right hand side, and by the right hand thigh we're going to switch on these two toggles, CDU and EGI, central data unit and embedded GPS inertial navigation system. We're going to switch on the two screens, called MFCDs in the 18. We're going to switch the bottom three toggles underneath the left screen up, CICU or KICU, JTRS or jitters, IFC into middle, which you'll come up with test, and to acknowledge the built-in test, which is what BIT stands for, we're going to hit the enter button on the up front controller. And I have spoonerized that sometimes. I'll try not to. We're going to start the left engine by lifting the left throttle up and moving it to the idle position, or I believe it's right shift and home on the keyboard. So we're going to lift that up. Observe the warning lights down here, engine start cycle, and we're looking at the left column of dials. So that's the left engine starting up. Okay. As the left engine starts up, we will see a master caution.
Pull up, pull up.
We're just waiting for the self-test to finish. There's the master caution. And the reason why you get a master caution is because the APU gen is on, and also the AC gens are switched on by default now. So it throws an error saying, hey, your APU's still on, but we don't have to worry about it. So we can stop that by clicking on the master caution. Test is finished, so we're going to use the enter button to exit this screen, and then use the select rocker switch to go down to the bottom, which is exit, and that will bring us back to the main menu. Now, as you can see, we can't see the title. So over on the left, by the left knee, there's a lever. We're going to adjust that, and there we can see we're back at the main menu. So now we can switch up the IFC up to on, and we will have a hood. Okay, that might need a bit more adjusting, although it looks okay at the moment. Right, one of the things we need to do, let's acknowledge this little error there, and we're going to do a load all, and that's going to load all the systems from a data cartridge plugged into the plane. Once this light goes off, which it hasn't yet, you can start the left engine. Okay. Now, one of the things you've got to be aware of, when it's cold, we need a little bit more thrust on the engine. Okay. So if we give it just a little bit more thrust, you should find that this engine start cycle goes off. Okay. And once it's off, we can start the right engine using right control and home, I believe. Lift it up if you've got the right sort of throttles, and you'll see the engine start cycle increasing. Right, so this is loaded now, so we can switch this one to the TAD. And we can also switch this one to CDU. CDU is a mirror of what's down here, and this is aligning at the moment, and it's not complete. There goes PUP. It's not complete until InsNav ready is flashing, and the time has reached 4009. Are we going straight for Sochi base, or can we take out the associated SAM site as well, even though it hasn't got an attack on it? Or do we have to take the base first? Yeah, SAMs as well. Okay, so now this is reached alignment. Okie dokie. We're going to hit the nav button. You can see it's 4008 InsNav ready flashing. And then once we hit the nav button, we're going to go down behind here, and we're going to change it from HARS, which is old navigation system. We're going to switch on EGI. As I said before, it's an embedded GPS inertial navigation system. And we're going to move from TACAN to steer point. I'll explain steer point in a minute. We can also uncage the standby attitude, not attitude indicator, standby flightiometer. I forgot the name of it. It is standby attitude indicator, isn't it? Or is it? Yeah. I don't know why I suddenly thought it was something different. If you notice, this is also on start cycle. I'm just going to increase the right engine a little bit, and we should see this all go out shortly. There we go. Okay, moving over to the left, we're now going to switch on the yaw SAS and pitch SAS, and that is equivalent to the 3 buttons in the Shark. So it's the stability augmentation system. Just beneath here we've got EAC, and this is the radar altimeter, which is on by default. Okay, making sure my switch is there. As we move over, we should have 3 lights: anti-skid, seat not armed, and APU gen. So the anti-skid is over to the left. Follow the left screen down diagonally, and it will bring you straight to the anti-skid, which is here. I'm going to put the landing. Oh, I'll put them down in a minute. Seat arming, we can arm it here with this black and yellow domino. And then finally, we've got the APU generator that we can now switch off. We can also switch off the APU start, which is again just over the left-hand handle there. Now, if you're sitting in the seat, which normally is like this, you can't see that very well. So if you use right control, right shift, and number 4, you can move to the left. If you use right control, right shift, number 6 on the numpad, you can move to the right. If you use a diagonal and asterisk, you can also zoom in and out. Okay, what I'm actually using to do that is a joystick under my thumb, just a little one, which is on my G13, and it allows me to move around the cockpit and see things. They're a little bit harder, even with head tracking. Okay, Anyone got any questions so far? Right, we haven't got any weapons, so we're going to load weapons. Oh, I didn't think we'd got any weapons. Oh, we have got weapons. I thought it was supposed to come up empty. Right, so what I'm going to do is change weapons. Let's just delete everything from the middle at the moment. So we're removing the payloads. In fact, I'll tell you, I'll just go for a default that I've got, which is either a copy or it's called MAV 65D. There we go. So that's the sort of thing we need for this mission. I'm going to change this to Beaver Green because it'll go better with the landscape, even though it's autumn and it's a bit brown. And we'll say okay.
Request refueling. Request rearming.
It always does refueling first.
Copy.
So let me switch this over to show you how much internal fuel we've got. It's a hell of a lot, really. It's around £11,000, and this thing can float around for a hell of a long time. Let's just drop this brightness down a little bit. Now we're going to get an error message. It's just popped up, and if we look in the bottom of the hood, it says note. So what that note is telling you is look at the note, and you'll see this in both screens, and it tells us that the dismiss inventory has an issue. So if we select dismiss, right, you'll see there's a load of red on there. It said rearming complete, but the trouble is the system doesn't know what we've just changed and what we've put on, so it throws an error. We acknowledge the error, and then we need to update the dismiss. Right, we need the aircraft to look at what weapons it's got loaded. So what we're going to do is press and hold any of the buttons, but I'm going to use MAV, and then I'm going to press the load button and then the MAV button, and now load is on here. Press that. This is the screen from earlier where we went load all, and we hit load dismiss, and in about 4 seconds all these little dots will come back, and now we've fixed the error. So if we look at dismiss now, we've got the correct weapons. If we press and hold the load button, we can change it back to the Maverick button, and now we're back to the TAD. Okay. Wrong button, sorry. I do apologise. I'm still used to doing it with my mouse, not my finger at the moment. So I have to press that button. I do apologise if I just cough really loud in your right ear. Okay, so if we look at this, this is a sensor. This is called the TAD. On the right, we haven't got a sensor at the moment. We'll just put the CDU on. And for us to be able to make anything change on here, we need to select it. And we can select it by hitting the TAD button, and you'll see a green box. Or we can do coolie hat left long, which is more convenient, quite honestly, because it means we can keep our hand on the joystick. We can zoom in and out now, and the keys on moving make a difference, whereas when it's selected like this, all you're going to do is see a thing move around there, which is not what we wanted to do. Okay, so
Kev said, if I catch something off you on my week off, I'm not going to be impressed.
was that loud in your ear? I do apologise. So you need to have it selected or soy. So if you notice, when it's not soy, it says it's not soy, and soy means sensor of interest. So a bit like Windows, if you select a window and it's selected, you can work on it. With these, if you select this and it's selected, then the buttons we're using make a change to it. Okay. The map is set to auto by default. In some maps and in some areas of this, when you zoom in, you'll just see something that's black because there are no maps for that location of the scale. As we zoom in, we see the distance rings change, and there's the scale. So as you watch, you'll see the map changes scale as we zoom in, look, and that gives us far more detail. But not every area of the map has this much detail, and if that's the case, you find something that's comfortable and you change this to manual, and now it just stays where it is at that same scale, whatever the mile indicator is showing. Mostly you'll be using map auto. As you can see, there's a load of green boxes, and hey Yam, you alright? Was it massage day today? I think it was, wasn't it? Because I didn't get a letter, but I'm sure you told me it's a 20 something. Was it massage or cup and balls or acupuncture? It was one of them. So you can see over here there's paintballing. Why are you going paintballing when you've been really ill? Who signed off on that? Especially with the problems you've been having, I'm surprised. Anyway, you can see there's a yellow box and a white wedding cake. The yellow box is... he might do, but probably won't. But it was a good thought. The yellow box is your steer point. So the steer point is where all the systems are going to point towards or heading towards. The white wedding cake is your SPI. And if you notice, if we change to the hood as soy, we can change these with the same button as we used to zoom in on the TAD. But now the hood is the main device. As we go around, sometimes you'll find this goes to places that are not on the waypoint, although on this particular mission there's a hell of a lot of waypoints. But it will also go to marks or locations that are not on your flight plan. And what we need to do is make sure it will only go to the flight plan. And we do that by switching this little knob over here and filtering out everything else. So when it's on mission, it'll go everywhere. When you go to mark, it shows you mark points, which we don't have at the moment. When you go to flight plan, it filters everything out except the currently selected flight plan, and it also joins them all up with the lines. Okay, so we are let's have a look here at the moment. If I move, right, 0 is our initial position where we align, but our actual yeah. Are we going to be able to get over the runway? Yeah, just in case you mean. I don't know whether I'll be able to do the weight. It's gone. Pardon? Okay, thanks, Dad. GBU, what is it we want? Stop the fuel there. Which bombs were you thinking? 12s? Will that do the runway? I didn't think they were big enough. Macca, are the 500-pound bombs going to do the runway okay? Okay. So I'll put a couple of GBUs on. GBU 12. And what you want to check is the weight. So can we take those and those? Yeah, we can actually. Just under the weight, so I'll just drop it off a little bit. Say okay.
Request refueling.
A couple of GBU 12.
Copy.
That means I'll have to update the dismiss again. Right, where was I? Okay, so now it just goes around the bombs. One of the other things, we've got somebody who's also flying an A-10 somewhere. And it could be them, but this green circle with a line just tells me it's a friendly plane, okay? If I go to net and change my group ID to 33...
Refueling complete.
See the way somebody who's flying an A-10 has turned blue. And he's also number 99, I'm 01. So this means we can send each other information and targets. As you can see, we've got the same warning as we had before, and you'll see the same warning in the hood at the bottom, and we do exactly the same thing to accommodate this change. So
Darkstar
let's go
1-1,
back
new
to
intel
here,
received.
Rearming complete.
and we're going to change the MAF. We're going to put the load back down here. Press load, dismiss. It'll just take, as I said, 4 seconds and it'll be fixed. Swap the load button back to the MAV. And when we look at the dismiss, we've now got the GBU12s on as well. And it also tells us what the laser is. Right, excuse me, now I need to cough. Okay. Right, so that's done, that's done. The SPI, as I said earlier, is a sensor point of interest. Let's bring it down here. So that's where, right, excuse me again. The sensor point of interest is this white wedding cake, and it's currently locked in, right, to all of the waypoints. So when we pick a target, we move this wedding cake, we place it on a target, and then we can make our sensors on excuse me. So I'm having a bit of a coughing fit. So we can make our sensors point to it, and that's how we aim our weapons, okay? So we'll point the Mavericks and the GBUs and tell them to go and point at the SPI, and that's what we'll use for targeting. Right, there's a couple of other things before we take off. We need to make sure the radios are on. They should have been on first thing. If you're flying with a group, if you're flying with a group, and say you're flying in a wing, the first person must ask for permission to start up, etc., etc., and then pass that information down to the rest of the team. Because I've been going through everything, I missed this part out. So I'll put the radios on. I'm going to change this to 124, which is the frequency that we use, so I can check to see whether they can hear me. 124 radio check.
505.
There we go. Lima Charlie, thanks. So what I need to do now is turn this knob, right? This changes this screen. So whilst it's in other, I can press buttons and you can see it will select various things that we're not going to discuss now. I also need to change the flight plan menu so it's not on auto, otherwise it will automatically change each time you go to a waypoint. It will change to the next one. So I've switched that one off, so we do it manually. Right, when I turn this now to steer point, it displays the steer point information on there, and if we look up here, and this is on CDU, we can see the steer point information there too, okay? Now this is locked, so we can't inadvertently push buttons on here or change anything. We also need to put the pitot heater on, which is this Lego brick, and the pitot tube is on the right hand side. And when the weather's cloudy and it's cold as well, or when you just go in dropping distance, any moisture that accumulates in the tube will freeze, causing you not to be able to read your indicated airspeed. So you must have your pitot heater on, okay? The other thing, we've now got countermeasures, so we're going to stick countermeasures onto manual and switch all the switches up. And I'm also going to leave standby air on. Okay, so when I enable it, I can put the air on there. We need to select a waypoint, and we're going to Sochi. We look in the hood. You can see when I was adjusting things, it was the hood that was doing these changes. If we look down here, Sochi is waypoint 19. So if we change to waypoint 19, all of our systems will go to 19 too. So you can see that all these are changing, and I think that needs dropping just a little bit more. Let's move the seat down a little bit. Okay, so we can see this up here. Let me think. Right, what else am I going to do? Nothing at the moment, to be honest. We've got... No, I don't think there is. We've got chocks on, so we're going to get rid of those. So we'll call the ground crew, get them to take the wheel chocks off.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
Which runway are you using up at
Wheel chocks are now removed.
Makeup? Is it the closest for you? Okay. Okay. So now we've done that, we are ready to take off. Okay. Right. So I'm going to put the ready to taxi actually landing lights on, and I'm also going to press a button that's going to bring up nose wheel steering so I can steer. Has everybody shut down? Is that the SA-11 doing that or what? Okay. So 3301 taxiing runway 4 Makeup. Or Makeup. Okay, so we're going to taxi out. So if we go in for that same site first, we need to do something with those. So what I'm going to do in a minute is just have a little look, and I think I've got a strategy in my head, but it means flying in the opposite direction potentially. So the target we're going after is 74 miles away. Now there is something else that I can switch on here that really gives you much better situational awareness. Let me just show you. There's the runway. Gives you much better situational awareness. Although it's not 100% needed, it is a pretty damn good job. It does. So I'm going to pull over a little bit to let anyone else past. So sorry, what was that? Did squirrels get you? What were you doing? Oh, right. And you were in a helicopter to hit squirrels, yeah? I'm going to move over here a little bit so that others can get past. I've moved off the taxiway, so you should be able to get past. So, if we're going to go for the SAMs first, I don't think there's a waypoint for them. Look.
Static_green said, hello, how are you?
Hey, hello. All good, thank you. Welcome back. I think it's a welcome back to the channel, isn't it? So there's this site here, these SAMs, okay? So there's a couple of things we could do. We could take the data, right, and add this data to our system and make a new waypoint. We could fly up quite high, and when we're about 40 miles away, maybe at 7,000 feet, we'll get a view of these SAMs. The trouble is, the SAMs have a hell of a range as well. So one of the things we can do is create a little flight plan and take out some of these. Okay. Key ones are going to be the SA11s and the SA13. So if you look, we've got controllers. I think these are controllers. Or is that the... I'm trying to work out. We've got SA11 launchers. We should have a controller and a radar. Did anyone take out that SA11 radar? Right, so we've still got 2 control wagons there, yeah? Okay. So these are control wagons. If we zoom in. Yeah, I was aware that's there. If we do this, you can see that's a control vehicle, and not only that, look at the way it's tucked away in the trees. And there's another one there for resilience, and then you've got your launchers. So because it's an SA11, you can kill all the control vehicles and the radar, and these will still work by themselves. So you've got to be aware, but the range they'll have is quite big. So if you can take out these 2 first, it does make it a little bit easier, but not much. So if we get back to where we were in the plane and then look down here, I think it's, is it Alt? Click, yeah. So what this does is it brings up a menu that gives us the lat longs, and the lat longs in different formats. Different planes, for instance, use different versions of lat long, and the A10C uses decimal minutes, so it's 2, 2, and then 3. So what I can do on this, which I wasn't expecting to do, is create a couple of waypoints. Okay. So what I'm going to do, what's that telling me there? Oh, it's because I've pulled the throttles back when I stopped a little bit much. It's still there, but it needs to go a bit quicker because of the ice. If I bring this down to other, and I go onto waypoint, and then waypoint, we can actually program in some waypoints. However, this is defaulted to init position, which is where we aligned. So what I'm going to do is use this little button here to move it on. CDU input error. Really? Where's my clear button? Let's have a look. What happened then? Don't want this. Let's see. Why did that do that then? I haven't put any numbers in, but I don't want to overwrite this. So usually I would click that and move it on one, but never mind. Let's overwrite the initial position. Why not? I don't understand why that is doing that. Maybe we need to go here. No, no, that's interesting. Don't know why it's doing that. Let's put in some values and see what happens. So I'm going to put in the values that are on here, and it looks like we can copy them as well. However, I don't think we can copy them and paste them straight in on here. I haven't really tried. So we do north. Oh, keyboard. I forgot to reset this after all my messing around. And it comes up. Or have I forgotten the switch? Nice. And why? Have I forgotten the switch here, Kev? Can you think? That's right, waypoint. Next, it should just go to the next thing, and I don't know why it's doing CDU error. And it's not letting me put anything in. So why is that? It should just let me. Oh no! It should just let me put something in. So why is it doing that? This is easy peasy stuff. There we go. Oh, it's this keyboard, you stupid idiot. Sometimes. So we want north 43, 33. So it's going to be 43, 33. And then it's 355, 355. You've just gone past me, have you? And then we hit north. Okay. And then we go east. So it's east 0, 39, 55, 306. And I'm going to call it it comes up with the elevation. I'm going to call it SA11 CP. Okay, call it CP1 to make sure, and then hit the button there to change the name, and then hit the button there. Why is it not? Oh, it's not allowing me to change or update. It's all I've done is overwrite the thingamajig. So why on earth am I getting a CDU error? That shouldn't be doing that. Have you gone, Kev? Can you think why this isn't doing this? This is definitely the way you do it, so why is it doing a CDU error? Unless there's anything in the mission, I guess. Can't think of why it's not letting me do it. Let's look in the CDU. Is there anything underneath? No. It should just let me do it. Have you tried adding waypoints to the A10C put? Only it's throwing an error and I don't know why. It should have worked. I haven't forgotten anything. Alright. I remember how to do it, but it's not doing it. So what I was going to do, if I create targets, I don't need to create this first, by the way, is then put in that SA target, which it should pick up, but it didn't save it, and I don't know why it's not saving it, to be honest. It's got the new waypoint, but as far as the waypoint goes, it should have done it. Yeah, I wasn't going to take one. So I don't know why it's doing that, to be honest. If anyone can come up with it, I mean, no more way around this, but yeah, whether it's mission based or what, I don't know. It should have just changed it. Unless there's not enough waypoints left. There's no room in the database. There's a very good chance, because there's so many waypoints here. It wouldn't surprise me if that's what the issue is, to be honest. Never mind, let's go back. Let's ignore that. And get rid of that. Right, where are you, pup? Have you taken off? Somebody scared the SA-11s because they've just legged it. They've just gone and hid in the trees. Okay, so we'll have to do it the other way then. What's going on here? No speed. No speed. It's like it's lost alignment. Shouldn't have done that. I have got a speed, so I don't know what it's going on about. Never mind. Right, let's go to... Did I change the flight plan by accident as well? Yeah, looks like I changed the default flight plan. Now it needs to be on this one. I'm pretty sure there's a limit to how many waypoints. Right. Eventually, 3301 taxi to runway 4 makeup. Yeah, when I tried to do a waypoint, it wasn't letting me, but there's that many waypoints on this map. I'm wondering if it's too many waypoints already, like it's full. I don't know. No, I was going to manually place in the area with a couple of the vehicles, but it's not letting me. Okay, right. 3301 holding short, runway 4 makeup. So now what I'm going to do is change my lights. Put this onto steady. Push this onto anti-collision. Make sure that that's on. So we'll see all the lights have changed. And now we're ready to start and take off. 3301, taking active, runway 4. Take up. So we'll just line up. Pardon? Why, are you having a bath? I should think so. What time did you start playing games this morning? Was it 5 or 6? It's usually 5 or 6 in the morning. Believe it or not. Okay, right, we're going to run the engines up. If we look here, we've got 50. Okay, that's our current speed or minimum. We're heading towards Sochi. Thanks, Cock. So I'm going to run the engines up to about 80. That is the bath, not the toilet, honest. Okay, make sure there's no errors, which there isn't. Put it up to full throttle. Release the brakes. And when we get to 70, right, we're going to switch off the nose wheel steering, which is about now. Okay, keep it down the runway a bit. And then when we're on 130, we're going to pull the joystick back. And then it should take off somewhere about 150, 160. We don't want it too steep either, otherwise we're going to tail strike. And then we're going to bring the undercarriage up. And we'll see how far we get. We might end up dead fairly quickly. So while we're taking off in this direction, I'm just going to put the autopilot on and climb a little bit. I'm also going to... Oh, Jesus, is it that windy? That held, didn't it? Yeah. Assuming my wheels came up, so good. Okay, so we're climbing a little bit. We're going to Sochi, right? We're going to switch on the master arm, the gun pack, the laser and the TGP. Just trim the nose back up again. When you put the gun pack on, the nose will drop. And basically it's a system, when you squeeze the trigger, it stops the plane from lifting its nose up when you fire in the gun. So we're heading down to here. At the moment we are heading up here somewhere. Where am I? At the wrong place. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is switch on the TGP here and wait for it to time out. I'm also going to switch my lights off. I'm going to switch the countermeasures onto manual. And if we look at the map, see where Sochi is, we can also, let's make that soy, there's Pup going down that way. We're going here. And that to me, do you remember I changed my waypoint and it wouldn't let me do it, let me overwrite it. So if I put my speed there, in fact I should be able to just change to it. Let's try. If I go to waypoint 0, it's better to go the other way. Did that pick it up then? No. If I go to waypoint 0, it should be where the sands are, which is good. So now everything's pointing in that direction. We're up to about 7,000 feet, taking it out of autopilot. So what that will allow us to do is have a look at that target and try and target something, then drop down. However, the issue is, thanks darling, the issue is the targets will move when the other guys fire at them. Let's come back down again. We should see where the speed's over there, or be pointing to it. In the side of the window here, somewhere off to the right. There it is. So it's telling me that the target is 30 degrees to the right, 79 mile away. Okay, the 79 mile matches with that. And if we look down at the bottom, that little arrow is pointing to 182. And it's basically saying, if you head to 182, you'll see that target. And we should also see it over here at some point, not just yet though, it's behind some hills. Excuse me 1 minute. Okay, just coffee. Right, this is aligned, so I'm just going to press AG for air to ground. At the moment it's pointing straight out. This is the targeting pod situated over here. So now what I'm going to do, remember I said I could force all our sensors to look at our speed. When I press this button, this is the camera, TGP, right? There's a cross in here as well, but I'll show you. Where is it? Here it is down here. And now when I press China hat forward along, you'll see everything jumps to that location. So we can see from here that we're not going to see anything. We'll make this sensor soy. It's behind a hill, and we're also going to change this from CCD into white hot to allow us to see the targets. So from here we can see we can't come in from this angle because we've got the hill. So if we look at the terrain, and we can see where these guys are coming in, the SAMs are tucked in this little hill, and it's going to be really difficult to see them. So I assume they're coming down this way and trying to sweep in, but even so, it's going to be really difficult to get with all these in that hill. The other way, if you look at that, do you know what would be a better proposition here, Pup? Possibly putting on some CBU 97s, put them on CCIP mode, right? Just get a general area and go really, really low, and then try and lob them over the hill that's close by, and let them float down. The wind is blowing from more or less our direction down to them, so you may be able to lob a couple of CBUs and just let them float onto target. But that's possibly for another day. Is it really? Even so, you've got so much cover from the hills that you just keep your head down, just have a couple of them, and once you get close enough, you go hell for leather before you pop up. You can always let go of it because it's on CCIP mode, so you can just drop it off and probably pick some of them up, to be honest. But we'll see. Right, let's try the Sochi one then, which is back to number 12. If it's that one that's causing the problem. 14 was it? Let's have a look. No, I've lost Sochi now, look. Where is it? 19. There it is. Well, let's look at 19. Oh, that already went. And again, this is, you can see it's behind a load of hills. So, not going to see a lot until we got some level of visibility. I think I'm that far away as well. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Just toss them over the hill. This is the problem. I'm going to turn you up a little bit. Someone give me a level of team speed.
New intel received.
That sounds a bit better. This is the trouble when you got such a soft voice, Macca. I can hear you now better. Unlike us hard Europeans. So Pup's on his way down. Where is Pup? What are you, Pup? I've lost you. There he is. It's alright, I couldn't see you on the F10 map. I can see you on mine, on the TAD. Oh, I see, yeah, you were covered by some names and that off the labels.
Warning, autopilot.
So, what I was talking about earlier, I said there's something that would really help you. It is quite windy, as you can see, look. Is the helmet mounted queuing sight, which is down here. We'll switch that forward. And now suddenly we've got a sight that we can use, and that will show us where everything is. That's not the horizon. This is really low. This is. That's the horizon. Let's center my wrong button, was it? My view is out a little bit. That's better. So that's where the target is, and we should also be able to see where Pup is. That's that waypoint I was trying to create. As we look around, we should see him, but I know he's hiding in the hills. So we're going down to these hills here, and then trying to blow these up. The missiles we've got take 3 minutes to warm up, so I'm going to switch them on. So we go to dismiss, missiles, electrical opticals on, and we're also going to go to switch them on here as well. Okay, and then when they've warmed up, we'll be able to see where they are. I'll put MAV on, this will tell me when it's aligned, or we can keep watching the 3-minute timer. We can't see anything yet because this base is actually covered. So it looks like we're using the hills. What I was talking about to Maka was because these here have got really steep hills, it's possible to come in really low and then you point up, go faster and just lob. You can see hills here, look, covering this, and then you just lob CBU 97s. Might be better for you to coming down the white line that's going from Mesme Mac, because there's some hills just in front of that same place, which should get you close enough for the bomb to do something. That's where the target is. What I want to be able to see is the targets with this. Now by the time we get down there, this is going to be pointing to the right. The little dot over here shows you where it's looking relative to the plane. So you can see it's looking over there at the moment, which is right. And it will move around the side of the plane as we get closer. So here's Pup. It's using the hills as well. There's a Sam out. SA11s are notorious for having a very long line. It's still coming. Two Sams out by the looks of it. Yeah, it's a bugger that one, Pup, isn't it? So, I don't know what we've got a good data. We do have AWACS up. We might not see the SAMs. But method's right. Best we can hope for is about 7 or 8 mile. So it's coming down this way and then trying to find a target, which as you can see is going to be hard. When you're flying through hills and mountains, look at your velocity vector here. Okay, that is below that hill. So if I maintain this course, I would crash right into that hill there. You can see that the Maverick is up now, and there's a circle there indicating where the Maverick is. It's looking dead ahead, it's ball sighted. So using the China hat forward long, we can push the Maverick over to the target. Now it's likely... Hello Kev. Why are my engines out of sync? Only a little bit. Right, so we're getting up to the first lot of hills up here. I'll tell you what else I didn't do. I didn't change this to the actual QFE for the airport, which I should have done when I took off. I should have spoke to the radio or ATC as well. But we need to get over this. Let's just lift up a little bit. As long as this is over the hill, we'll clear it, okay? Famous last words, I know, but as long as it's over the hill.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
Altitude, altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Right. So we're just going to try and keep our head down a little bit. Where the target is. So the plan is to come down there. That hill there looks like that's also covering. And try. Oh look, there's the other SAM target down there, look. Remember that waypoint I tried to do? Now I'm going to change this from air to SA2. So what SA2 is anything above, or SA10 and above. So I'm hoping that I'm coming down. I don't want to go straight to there, but I might want to cut round this way a little bit. Else I'm going to be flying over a different target, and I don't want to do that. So I think this ridge over here might be enough. We need to sort of peek over. They'll probably come after me. I knew I should have tweaked it to say don't shoot A10s down. So what I want to do effectively is try and ride a ridge that will allow me to see the targets, that I can then change my speed to lock onto that target, if that makes sense. And then dip down the hills, go around, come back. This is probably closer than I want it to be. Have a look. Oh, good grief, it is, isn't it? Look, I can afford to go left slightly. Being tracked by something. Could be aircraft. Where did I switch this to? Yeah, I'm being shot at.
Pull up, pull up. Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Have I lost it yet?
Altitude, altitude.
It's tracking again. Okay.
Pull up, pull up.
Altitude,
altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, I thought so. I was going to say I'll try and go under it, but I'm really on top of the target now. Oh, I have, haven't I? Yeah. I forget. Oh, too late. I forget I've got them, you know. It's so rare for me to use air stuff. This is one of the reasons why we don't tend to use the A10 that much, even with thingamajigs. It gets shot down, but I must admit I did forget I've got sidewinders. So let's see if I can take off here, and I'll go back in with a helicopter, which might be a little bit safer. Sure, I'll be able to get a view as long as these guys aren't taking me down. What's the range from here? 40 odd, that's fine. But need to come in over this way. And also need to be really quite close. Those are miles. Change back to 13k. Need to be really close. Still might be worth a point, eh? So it's round about here. You need to be. Where's the end of that line? Can't see it at all. Right. Let's have a look. What's it called? Miss me. Could be the shark again. I won't go through all the startup this time round.
Cap would be nice with those two 27s flying around.
Yeah, I should call some, shouldn't I? I think we've already got some, which is what Thingamajig's doing. But we can call Cap. Let's have a look.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
Oh, someone's already done it, look. Two enemy mirages. A what takeoff achievement? Can't see this.
Taking off 10 times. Here we go again.
Is that rubbing it in a bit? It should be, oh look. I can't do anything, I don't think. I haven't got enough cat flight. Who for? So cheap. I can't even see Sochi on here. I can't see Sochi on there. I was trying to get a cap flight, but
Sounds like someone in row 12 needs drink by the Bing Bong.
yeah, something like that, isn't it? Right, okay, let me get this helicopter started up. See if I can actually get down there. Right. So, if anyone's got any questions on the startup, please ask. I'm not going to necessarily go over it all at the moment, because I've already done it a couple of times in the stream. I'll just do the fuel now. Put fuel to the APU. Start the engine. Sorry, start the APU. Pop the collective breakdown, shut the door, wait for the light, and then we can start engines. And see if we can wind our way down there using the hills for cover without getting slammed or shot down by the planes. I was just watching this needle. Should have gone down in the Apache using the FCR and just peeked, perhaps, but we can still use this. It's faster than the Apache. Those the SUs. Or were those the SUs you took down, or the Mirages? I think there's two Mirages coming from Sochi. Okay, first engine's up. What happened? But just completely dropped.
Everything across.
Need new computer.
Probably. I'm gonna patch you over to my cashier.
I was just going to say, what happened to the £20,000 one you priced up? What did she say? Or where did she stick the answer?
It happened on a new apartment.
Did you get a response? Did you get an eye roll?
It's in the bath, I think.
Mm. Right. Just adding the intercom on and that so we can hear the warning messages when they come.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
Okay, both engines up. Funny how your audio goes. Is it just the game or your computer? I take it it's just the game, obviously.
Electrics on battery. Doppler navigation system failing. No nav data.
Okay, I've explained all of this already. If anyone's got a query, please ask. I don't mind explaining what I was just doing there. What have I forgot to do? Oh yeah, I see. Not that one, that's two. There we go. What? Oh yeah, 140, I need it. See, no one spotted. This has nearly started up. It normally needs aligning, but at the moment it's already set to fast align, I think, or auto align somewhere on the machine. So it doesn't need the alignment. Everything's started up. We get weapons.
Dodge 1.
124 radio check.
Bullseye 310 for 140 at 22,000.
That was a bit quiet. Don't know if there was a response there. Oh, you're welcome, Moggs. I usually explain stuff. If you've got any questions, ask. I'm not big on all the aircraft, and I haven't flown many aircraft for ages. That was, about the second time I've flown the A10C in the last God knows how many months. I really don't like these air-to-air missiles on this, to be honest. Right, okay, flares, just a few more inside.
Request refueling.
Thank you very much.
Request rearming. Copy.
So make sure you get copies again. If you don't, you're not going to get anything. What colour am I flying here? Oh,
refueling complete.
Good camouflage, as you can see. It's not that. Did you want to go shopping or something? Well, you've put perfume on, done your hair. Oh, is that just the bubble bath stuff? Oh. Is that for me? I want to say you don't smell like cabbage. I use different perfume. Pardon? Oh, that's nice. And abuse now. Right, okay, so we should have everything. Get back down there so we can see it. Yep. Right, I'll have one shot at this. Not one shot, literally. I'll have multiple shots. But let's have a look what number so she is. So we've got these SAMs here, and we've got 19. Let's find that on this map. And we hit search, use the input knob to look for the waypoint. Oops, go down or up. Press it in. Sorry, no you don't, that's something different. Search, scroll down, and tell my mind's drifted off. Is that your alluring perfume? I was only going to say because it does smell like alluring. She's putting all sorts on it. I have no idea what's going on. I've got to order something from the Indian, so maybe I won't be on Valheim later. Femme fresh. I'm getting abused now, pup. Right, so here's our waypoint. Let's put this on so we can see it. Yeah, you're getting abused now, pup. It was Kev as well, Lise.
Yeah, Kev as well.
This will be interesting. I'll probably get shot down first. So we don't want to ride the ridge. So we're going to go slightly left of target. Try and keep our head down. I will have to switch the visor off for obvious reasons, yeah. It's sort of just, it's great in the sky, but when it's there, it's pretty bad. So what we need to do is get down over this side and then work our way into there. Angle forward I want to go is 173. And once we'll go over there, we'll keep on the good side of the hills. Hey, Mr. Crow. Is that? Yeah, I see it. Welcome to the channel. If you got any questions, please feel free to ask on DCS or Star Citizen. Either, I don't mind. So the target's over that way, behind all those hills, which is quite good. So let's maybe hook over that side. Oh, Macca. What happened? Interesting. You've got your SA-11 warniometer switched on. While I'm going along, I'm going to switch the weapon system on. I don't normally do it this early. I'll switch it on when it's odd that it didn't show up. You noticed? Oh no, that's alright. I forgot to uncage that. I'll need to put power onto it. Standby attitude indicator. And uncage it. I'm not bothered the fact that I'm a little bit higher than that would indicate. Let's have a look where I am on there at the moment. I'm gonna push more over there. What's this? Is that smoke? Yeah, this one, to be honest. You're more than welcome to come and fly with us. The server's not up all the time. Well, it's up, but the mission style, it's one of the footholds, doesn't lend itself to one person being on it because of the way that the bases we've captured, as you'll see on here, will be under attack. We got a few to go. As long as you follow the attack things, you're more than welcome to jump in with us on a Saturday. Normally streaming from round about anything from 8 to 10 o'clock BST. That's British Summer Time, which is 1 hour ahead of GMT. Obviously, I'm not sure where you're from, Lux. But you're more than welcome to come and fly with us. We are quite laid back. We're not as formal as some. Originally, the missions that I flew were for beginners anyway. But it's not. This isn't really a beginner's mission. And obviously, you're not a beginner anyway, so you're more than welcome. Beginners, you're more than welcome. And if you've never used a multiplayer server before, you're more than welcome to come and try it. If you want, I can give you the password. We usually use 124 to let me move this back, that reminds me. The proper radio. 124 radio check. We usually use 124 for comms or TeamSpeak.
Say again?
124 radio check.
Yeah, 555.
Thank you. Right. Let's see where we're going down here now. Zoom back in again. There I am. So I want to go down here somewhere, but stay away from these. We've got SA11 here and here. So the idea is to use the hills. Hey, is it? Oh, Kilgore. Hiya, how you doing? So if anyone's got any questions, anybody who's just jumped in, I'm thinking Mr. Crow or anything, please feel free to ask. Server name is Mel Server, because why not? And the password is XMAS in lowercase. Oh, excellent. What you been up to lately? Oh, yes, I know, I can tell. I'm sort of pushing my engine a little bit too much. The other thing I haven't done yet, and I know it's going to ask me soon, is a rotor anti-ice, engine anti-ice. So there's quite a few hills here that we've got to try and get around. But as I said, we don't want to go too far into these. We should be able to get down here somewhere. The trouble... Yeah, I had to dump it earlier on for a bit because of the audio problem I was getting, because I couldn't mute. And when you've got a bad cough like I have, you need to be able to mute. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, so I think this might be my last flight, judging by the time. So I'm trying to go in for a base which is surrounded by mountains and things. A couple of years ago, yeah, once you start watching people flying, it sort of gets you back into it, do you know what I mean? And sort of entices you. It's like a gateway drug into DCS. Whether I actually get there, blow anything up, or just crash and burn, it's neither here nor there, is it? It's still, you want to take part. And if you think that you're too new and you can't join in because you're not good enough, please don't take that as an obstacle. Most of my time is spent teaching people and explaining how everything works to help people. So if you are learning, as long as you can get in and fly, feel free. But don't mess about. If people mess about and cause a problem for the mission that we're doing or anything, then unfortunately it does tend to be an instant ban across everything with no questions asked. Crashing, accidentally killing somebody on our own team, it's not a problem because it's not intentional, but occasionally you get people coming who want to mess around, and that's really easily solved. But you know, generally anybody's more than welcome. Next week we should start. Next Saturday I think she's away, so I might start a little bit later. I'm always happy, Lise. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, it is a bit of a bugger, isn't it? I'm always happy, Lewis. I mean, the sad part is, who's going to make my cups of tea? Yeah. Yeah. But the thought of not having to stop and, you know, ruin everyone's enjoyment, you know, is quite good. Yeah, she's doing a community service. She's doing care in the community and going and seeing her mum and dad and family. That's if the prison lets her in, I'm not sure. Is the zoo open next weekend, Luce? Oh, that's nice. You can tell she's a Cockney, can't you? She starts off all nicely spoken, and then when she shouts at me, she turns into Barbara Windsor from EastEnders. As you could tell.
Ice detected. Turn on rotor anti-ice.
Oh, thank you very much. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask. And that also tells me that either something was a bit late there or there's no message, which there should be. Let me just pause my head tracking. Did that pause it? It did, but then delayed. I think it's connected. Told you to tell me that there was a problem, didn't I? I need to do this quick. Yeah, it should be connected. Right. Should have got a message, or did I get a message ages ago? That's the thing. Oh, there's the message. I'm not sure why it's not appeared. That was probably the little dring to tell me that you've just subbed. But thank you anyway. Oh, there it is. Jeez, was that delayed or what? I've got to be careful here. Hit my way through these mountains without being too high. Might have paid me to have gone this way round, to be honest. It might be a little bit easier. Let's edge our way over. Let's see if I get there today. I might have to go this way. Just looking at the map there, like so. As long as I can keep myself in from the targets that I'm going for, saves me having to get up and down inside mountains, which is never a good thing. Also a bit sunny over there, but as I said before, when I pop this up so that we can see, when I can hit the button. It tends to cover the, you can see here, the peaks and the valleys, look, and it's really difficult to see, so for now I'll have to go without. We'll just try and pop down this gap here and still stay low enough that the target won't see us. You still there, pup? Oh, you're back in? Is he? What's he in now? Oh, right, you're in the F-18, are you? Always seems really slow, but you gotta think this is faster than the Apache. Right, okay, well I'm just floating down here. How far away am I? 56 kilometres. Didn't hear that through the radio. It's telling me someone's got to put the radio on. But at least he's letting us know. As the thank you. Has the SA-13 gone yet?
No.
Can't remember. Is that going to shoot them down? I don't think it will it? Okay, let me. Right, if we look at the map, Sochi, there's a SA-11 SAM site there, and our main objective is to take this base, which has also got an SA-11 as well. And they tucked down behind mountains and things. Sochi's on the coast. Was it Wiz? So what I'm doing is going down, because you can see this is quite hilly, and this is also behind hills. As you can see, everything's tucked away, and this is. So utilising the hills to... Where have I gone? Oh. There I am. Utilising the hills to get in close enough to be able to shoot at them. That's the plan. I'm keeping my head down because there's also aircraft flying around.
That'll do, are you getting fired on?
So there's one in an F-18, one in an F-16. I think there's only 3 of us flying, is there, at the moment? There are only 3 of us flying at the moment. Are you alright? Did you escape it? SA-11 again. That's not very nice, is it? Unfortunately, it's not a weapon available on this particular mission. Can you imagine when you shoot them though? Oh wait, no, it's alright. It's far too big an imagination. Oh dear me, sorry about that. Still can't get used to this other mute button. Oh, well done. Did you shoot anything? Is that the ones that are on the SAM site? Did you try lobbing a CBU? Alright, oh, did it work then? Right. Yeah, you've really got to hug the ground and then pop up towards the end and then just like spit it over the hill, so to speak. I've used it before and it does work. Obviously the A10C doesn't have the speed, but you can, if you've got hills, you can get down behind the hill again quick. You know, if you're ridge riding or something, so to speak. Let's go. Yeah, we'll go this way. So the target's over here somewhere. If I come down too close, I'm going to end up having to be up too high to get a shot down, I think. So I want to sort of get down and come around this way maybe. But we'll see. Let's pop round to the right here and then round to the left of the other hill. Ah, right, yeah. Tends to get warm. It's really quite difficult with this, trying to work out exactly where you are, apart from this little line here. Is the SAM site on the top of the hill or just at the back or just on the down slope?
It's the top.
Let's have a look. Move that up a bit. 6. They don't necessarily have the radars on all the time either, I don't think. I think if there's stuff going on, they switch them off again. Which is a bit mean. It probably will, and then it'll go, oh, you fired a missile at us. There is, I can't remember the name of it, some sort of SAM script in this that has been, you know, integrated into it, so they all communicate with each other. which makes it more challenging if that is the case. It's in a horrible place though, isn't it, with these hills? The best approach is from the sea, but you can't do that either. Or maybe you can.
Dodge 1, engaging bandit at Bulls 323 for 140 at 25,000.
Ice detected. Turn on
Stop
rotor
going on about the
anti-ice.
ice. Rotor anti-ice is on. Bit of a fly in this helicopter to get here. I don't want my drink. I think Sam's going to be able to save us later on, but or will we all die and then we got to rely on Lisa? Do you think she'll be able to like steer a boat over there, fight off the doodads, and we'll be good? It is a straight line, and if she gets a motor then she can just go in one line, or even using your motor, it'll help, won't it? Okay, it's looking good. I'm not sure whether this Sam here has a straight line through where I'm coming, because if it does I am going to be in trouble. I do have flares that I could fire. I did have flares that I could fire. You only get 3, that's it, but never mind. I've got flares as far as I'm aware. That's about it. It's not going to do much against anything like an SA-11, but I'm just trying to pick a path. The chopper itself is really quite good, to be fair.
Darkstar 1-1.
Faster than an Apache. It hasn't quite got the range, although you can make it fire a little bit further. Is that? No, there's nothing down there. I always see smoke from chimneys and stuff like that, or like the water down in the distance, and think it's some sort of SAM trail. Especially when you see smoke coming out the forest and it's actually from a chimney. Right, where am I now? Okay, I'm in a good place. By the time I get there, everybody would have been over here, got killed, took off again, come back, got killed, took off again. So I want to try and be a little bit sneaky, ID, sniper, which is the way I like to play in this. Right, is this going to give me? Yeah, it looks like I'll fly over here and then through this valley there. Is that what you're doing, running out? Is that just because you're flying low a lot? Yeah. And you're in the 16, aren't you? I've still yet to have a look at that. I've got it. I've had it since it first came out, but I just haven't flown it. I like to wait till things are finished, although the Apache and the Chinook made me buy them when they weren't ready, just because, you know what I mean. It's a bit too iconic not to. Especially the Chinook, because it was a challenge. Now, where's that going to give me a view into?
Yeah, I got him. Old man.
Ah, right. Forces, I take it then.
Yep.
Does he fly DCS? Ah, right. Oh, it's a shame. Oh, right, okay. Did you get a chance to have a look?
Yeah.
Excellent. I actually got my mum plugged into VR once, just so she could experience it. Once was enough, but it was absolutely fascinating. She was about 80 something. Right. I want to go over that hill. You've got what?
My son flies.
Oh, excellent.
Darkstar 1-1,
I haven't
new
seen
intel
him
received.
flying with us on the Saturday yet. Or is he using your rig?
I never did take her to be
No, I know. All right. How old is he?
60.
He's more than welcome to come in with us. Or is it a bit late?
No, but at 3 o'clock.
Ah, right. Feet are swollen a bit, I think, by the feel of it. So I will stop once I've gone down here. Once I'm killed, crashed, or whatever happens, I will have to stop and have a break. Just need a bit of a cut through, and that can be over there, otherwise I'm going to go too far away. Used around about half a tank of fuel at the moment. What I don't want to do is just suddenly pop up and be visible by everything, which I might do if I'm not careful with these hills. Just hope I'm not going to head down to that base there. Go left. I don't think it's simulated in the game, but when you go down the other side of a hill you have to be really careful. Because if you take the load off the rotors, it will cause a problem, which will then cause the rotor to flap and will mass bump and shear the rotor off. Well, shear the mass. So what you're supposed to do is pull back a little bit, keep the load on, and I can't remember if it was push right as well. But I don't think it's modelled in this. If you just point down now and keep going or unload, it doesn't perform like it should do in real life, apparently. I think there's a bit of a valley over there. Notice how the speed has slowed down. This is the problem when you're crossing hills and things. You're climbing quite high, as you can see. That's in meters, so we're 1,600 odd meters, so we've got to be 5,000 or 6,000 feet or more. You downstairs, Cock? Are you still up here? Oh, I thought you had stopped for a bit to have a break. No, I was just, that's what I thought you were doing. You haven't told me yet what you want, but I haven't ordered it either, so. Which, same, the first week or the last one, or did you want to... You didn't want a biryani? So, Nagan shit kebab. Okay. See, that's our food sorted. That's nice and easy. No cooking. She's easy to please. See the way I've sped up now because I'm starting to drop down. Just gotta not be high enough that they see me because I am going to be a bit buggered.
Darkstar 1-1, new intel received.
The right sort of place, I think. Target's over there on the coast, or one part of the target is. The other one's there, which not going to worry about that. We'll be looking at this. We got MiGs taking off. Alright matey, no worries, thanks for popping in. Thanks for leaving your party really early. That's what I told them all anyway, that you rushed over especially.
Makes you wonder how she keeps that feeling.
I know. Pardon? Yeah, of course. You're lucky you come as late as you did, because as I said, I had to drop the streams earlier because of the issues I was having. Needed to get the audio sorted. I've still got a bit to do, but it's better than it was. At least I can mute it.
Body off day watching the face off crime watch.
I don't know whether she can hear this, Kev, but I'm sure she could. You know you get abuse.
Eyes detected. Turn
shut
on
up, you
rotor
idiot eyes.
anti-ice.
Where are you?
At 40,000 feet.
Oh, I don't know. The SA-11 will target you, no problem. I'm sure it can go that high. In fact, it can go 70 or 80, can it? Pardon? Oh, MiG-29. I have to slow down so I don't suddenly appear. Oh, I've lost myself now. Oh, there I am. Can you see how close I am? Look. Oh, shit. You idiot. Sorry about that. What a waste of your time.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah, I was just saying how close I am when I looked down and I just flipped back and I forgot that I was descending. But I think here is probably quite a good place because you've still got hill and you can hide behind.
New intel received.
But yeah, that was a bit shit, wasn't it, Pup?
Yeah, I don't think hiding.
Yeah, I was just going to switch to Pup, but I don't know what Pup crashed into.
I got shut down by the...
You crashed into a missile. Right, okay, that's enough for today, I think. It has been quite long, and I had to stop. I do apologise about that abysmal distraction, and that's Puppoo's just died again. But if anybody wants to come in and join in next week, you're more than welcome. This is going to be quite an interesting one. It's got Sam's support over here as well. And there's an SA-11 there. And you can see there's lots of planes. Also, the more people that come in, the more planes and the more the enemy will push. And we've got to work our way through all of these. So next week we'll probably be starting at about... It was a bad day. Wait till you get onto Valheim. So we've got a... Next week will probably be round about a 9 or 10 start. So we'll start a bit later next week, about 10ish our time.
New intel received.
And go from there. Anyway, right, let me close down on... Oh, no, I'm not going to do that to you. Thanks very much for watching on YouTube. I will just end the stream there. Thanks, and we'll be on again next week.